Took a second to get there, but that was thunder. That's thunder snow. Hank with 330 to go in Akron shared this video on X overnight of that thunder snow. And of course, when we hear of thunder snow, that means that snow's coming down at a pretty good clip, and it is this morning. Thanks for keeping it here on Good Morning Cleveland. I'm Mike Rickman.
And I'm Tiffany Tarpley. We want to send things over straight to meteorologist Trent McGill, who is tracking this for us this morning. Trent, it's coming down, and it's going to continue to do so.
Yeah, and honestly, we haven't even really gotten in on the heavy snow yet. We had a couple of those squalls, but the consistent, where squalls persist we talked about, that hasn't even really gotten going yet. The reason there's these lake effect snow warnings in effect is because of what happens throughout this morning and into the afternoon when those squalls set up. This is a blizzard warning. Erie, PA, blizzard warning in anticipation for a squall coming off of Huron, re-intensifying over Lake Erie and just dumping big-time snow for them. We'll watch that, but it should stay out of Ohio. The winter weather advisory counties getting in on some pretty good snowfall this morning. I'm telling you what, though, it's not the amount of snow, it's what that wind is doing. Here's your on-ramp right here at 90, just on the Cleveland, the downtown side of the Interbelt Bridge. You got to be careful. There was an accident here. Now that's been cleared. Looks like the roads are open, which is good news. I think I'm stealing Caitlin's stuff here. Caitlin, we're talking to her in a minute here. She's going to tell us about this stuff. Didn't mean to steal all your stuff there, Caitlin, but I do want to let everybody know that things are going to be in and out. We're going to have spin outs, then it's going to get cleared out. Then spin outs, then it's going to get cleared out. I've got snow, and then a plow rolls through, clears it out, then the wind blows it back on. Things are going to change very often and very frequently throughout this morning, especially when you get bursts like this from Chardon to Burton, another burst near like Mahoning, Shalersville, Hudson, Twinsburg. You got a couple more chunks of some snow from Strongsville down through Brunswick. Inland, it does weaken out a little bit because this is sort of enhanced by the lake. I got one burst coming in here from the lake. That's going to be some strong wind. Already seeing gusts over 40 in spots, or at least up to 40. It's windy. It is incredibly cold outside. Wind chills in the single digits. And I've got some slick roads. Caitlin is out there. I saw a couple accidents. Gave you a little preview. Gave everybody a little preview of what you're talking about. We're going to see those all morning, these little spin outs. What do you have for us?
Yeah, Trent, the roads are definitely looking a little dicey out here this morning. We're coming up here on Chester and 30th. A couple situations going on here I want to talk about. Number one, you see the stoplights are out here, and that's something that we're seeing downtown. Our overnight photographer was catching some of these. Obviously, we have a lot of strong winds happening this morning, so that's probably why they're out right now. Just remember, if you come upon a stoplight that is down, that area turns into a four-way stop. So remember that if you're out traveling. Now to the roads. We're noticing that the roads are a little bit slushy. They're slippery too. So you do want to take it slow this morning. We have seen plows out this morning, so they're out trying to treat the roads. But as Trent has been mentioning, when that wind, picks up that snow and dumps it right back on the roads, there's not much that they can do. So they're doing their best this morning. But definitely want to take it slow, as I said, seeing a lot of slushy, seeing some icy spots, especially on our on and off ramps on the interstate as well. There are a few accidents already this morning that I want to get to and talk about, so let's head over to the maps. As you can see, I'm tracking one in downtown Cleveland area, St. Clair Avenue. There's been an accident there as well. And there's also an accident on I-480 near Tiedemann. Looks like 2 lanes are blocked. I have an ODOT camera up there in the area. If you look to the left of your screen, you can sort of see some flashing lights happening there. Looks like cars are able to move through it. ODOT hasn't moved too close yet to see what exactly is going on with that accident, but you can still pass. But it also gives you a good idea on how slow people are moving on the roads this morning, so you can give yourself some extra time. But Mike Holden, I believe you are actually out in the elements.
Yes.
So where are you at and what are you seeing this morning?
Caitlin, I'm technically in Beechwood. Have my body turned away from the camera because the wind is just horrific. It is battering us, blowing sideways. At one point, it knocked over some of our equipment right before the 5 o'clock live shot. But here is a live look a little after 5:30 this morning. Again, right off of 271 northbound. We're in the parking lot of Beechwood Dental, and we're talking near whiteout conditions. Way off in the distance, there's a pickup truck in that parking lot, but it is very hard to make out because that snow is just blowing and whipping sideways. As photojournalist Dave Kraska continues to pan over here, we're going to make a semicircle so we don't have to overstep. But we're right near the Bob Evans as well as the Porsche dealership here. And with those lights, you could see just the snow coming down nonstop. It has been a serious changeover over the last 35, 40 minutes. It has really intensified, and it's making it very challenging for these drivers right over here along 271 northbound. You can see they are still moving at what I would say is a pretty fast pace, but then we've spotted quite a few semi-trucks driving with their hazards on, appearing to slow down. Now Trent said the best piece of advice this morning, if it looks wet, it's probably going to be very slick. And then you have the whiteout conditions coming from southbound right there, 271 southbound, overlooking the Embassy Suites. As we do a full pan, Dave, I know you're going to run right over here into, let's go this way towards the brick. And I want to just show a better perspective of these cars and drivers slowing down, because you can see, well, you really can't see because it's basically whiteout conditions here in Beechwood. I have to stress to everybody, if you are heading out this morning, please be extra cautious. Layers for sure. It is going to be a very, very challenging morning. So we are sending our thoughts out to everybody that has to be out there. And of course, if the kids have to go out to the bus stop, you're going to want to layer up as best as humanly possible, guys. Back to you.
Well, Mike, we appreciate you and photographer Dave for keeping us informed. Get warm.